Good morning, pre-algebra students. It is Tuesday. I put pre-algebra Tuesday at the top of these notes because I felt like you'll be able to know where they came from a little bit better. So Tuesday notes, okay? The next thing that I did is I wrote out the last problem that we did yesterday. So I have it up here and I'd like you to copy that down. So if you have a piece of paper out, copy this. This is your number 5 on the other sheet if you happen to have your number 5. I kind of think you should put this on this page so you have a copy of one of these, okay? So let's take a look at it. What we did is we said, okay, when our answer is positive, we know when our last term is positive, we know that our signs are going to be alike, okay? So we know that a negative times a negative is positive, and a positive times positive times a positive is a positive answer. So I'm going to factor this right away. And 2 and 8, and 3 doesn't work, 4 and 4. And when you look in the middle then, I want to change that to addition, you see I have a negative 8n. So that tells me that I need my signs to be alike, but it has to be negative because when I add them together, I need to get a negative 8n. So that means that both of these will be negative. So my final answer, x plus a negative 4 and x plus 4, negative 4. Okay, both are the same because my answer is positive, or my last term is positive. Okay, now we're going to take a look at somewhere that last term isn't positive. So that's our next challenge. Remember, tomorrow we'll practice some of these. So just try to take good notes and make sure you have at least a couple that really have good notes on them. So let's take a look at number 6. First of all, always change it to addition. In these problems, if you don't realize there's a negative with it, you're not going to even be able to get the answer. So it's important that you make sure you realize that's a negative. When I have a negative, and I want to just identify that, it's negative, it means my signs will be unlike. Okay, one's going to be positive and one's going to be negative. So when I factor it, I'm going, okay, 20 and 1, 2 and 10, 3, I don't need 4, 4 and 5. And I think that's all the factors. Now, I know that one's going to be positive and one's going to be negative. And here's the tricky part. You can see that when you subtract 4 and 5, you're going to get a 1, which is exactly what we're looking for. But you want to take the larger one, the larger number here, has to be the same sign as the middle. Okay, so just put me on pause a second and write that out. Same sign as the middle. So that means that 4 and 5, 4 is going to be negative because 5 has to be the same sign, this is a positive number, as, because it's the larger number. Because you're going to subtract those two numbers and you're going to take the sign of the larger, which we want to be positive. So I'm ready to factor. And plus negative 4 and plus 5. This number and this number can go in either spot. Let's take a look at number 7. Please put me on pause. If you need to do your notes, just push pause and get some good notes on. Okay? Again, this is another one where you have a negative. So you know you're going to have unlike signs. Okay? So I've got 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6, and that's about it. So I know I'm going to have unlike signs. So I'm going to subtract them. I'm going to take the sign of the larger, and I want the larger number to be 7. So I see that if I subtract 9 and 2, I'm going to get 7. I want my larger number to be positive, so I'm going to make that 2 negative. Once you do that, then you're ready to put down your parentheses, plus negative 2 and n plus 9. Okay, so don't worry about that until you get this, and then you lay it down. Take a look at number 8. Okay, number 8, this is different because now this number is negative and this number is negative. So negative 2n plus a negative 15. Again, first thing we do is we recognize that this is negative. That means that my two terms are going to have unlike signs. Okay, unlike. So one's positive, one's negative. But right now it doesn't matter because I just want to throw down the terms. And this one only has two, 1 and 15, 3 and 5. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to have unlike signs, so I'm going to subtract the two numbers. So 3 minus 5 minus 3 is 2, and I want to look at my sign. Here it's negative. So I'm going to make the 5 negative because the larger number, okay, has the same sign as the middle number. So now I put down my parentheses, distribute the n, plus 3 plus negative 5. Nice. Box it up. Ready for another double negative, our last problem of the day. Plus a negative 9 plus a negative 36. I'm saying this is negative, so I'm going to have unlike signs. You can remember that. You're going to be in really great shape. Okay, so now I just factor it normal. Don't worry about the signs. 1 and 36. 2 and 18. Have your calculator handy. I like to go in order so I don't miss one. 3 and 12. 4 and 9, and that's about 0 and 6 and 6. Okay, I did write them all down. If you don't write every one of them because you know that which one works, that's okay, but make sure you have some factors out here. When I subtract those, I'm seeing that 12 minus 3 is 9. So I know that I want the larger number to be negative. Okay, so I'm going to box that up. I'm going to have a negative 12, and I've got n plus 3 and n plus a negative 12. Okay, I hope you're starting to get it. And just a reminder, we have Wednesday practice tomorrow. Be ready to take some good notes. We are almost through this week. Good job, guys.